Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Race for Eeloo. So last time we were just doing a couple introductory missions just to get us some basic science so that we can get some basic parts and make a few decently good rockets. But this time we're continuing on with the Hermes program, and ultimately the objective of this episode is going to be to get into orbit. Because once we do that, we'll be able to start sending up satellites and stuff that will help us later on. So I'm just gonna, because this one will be coming back down. This is honestly just an orbital test. So I am gonna be putting parachutes on these. Let's see, and there is science to be done in space. So I am gonna put the other stuff on there, and I'm going to include 3 of these thermometers because the thermometers are very useful because they don't have to be reset manually in order to take multiple data readings. So I can have, well, I'm putting 3 on there because I don't want to bother with getting out of the of the pod just to recover that data. But I mean, we're bringing them all back anyway, so it's fine. I'm not really sure where I want to put a antenna on this thing. Probably going to put one. Wow, I'm not gonna. Oh, okay, I know what I can do. Okay, so I'm just gonna move these up to the top here. And that's not gonna block out the thing. So now I can put. We're gonna put 3 of these smaller ones up there since it's just a, minor mission. We don't need to go very far or do very much. So. Let's see, got the heat shield for when it comes back down, and a stack decoupler. Cool, so that's the part of the rocket that's going to come back down, but I also want to put on some of these landing legs, because those will be nice for ensuring a safe landing, and just one more thing, put a few batteries on there so that we can actually facilitate some communications while we're up there. That sounds like a smart idea to me. Cool. I like this because one of the things that I like most about this game is fitting a ton of stuff into a small space and making it extremely efficient and in terms of size and very usable. So I like this a lot because we got power, we got communications, we got science, and we've got parachutes and everything, and a pod and everything, all in a really tiny space, and I love it. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna have a couple fuel tanks on the bottom here. Put one of our new liquid fuel engines on the bottom, and we're going to need another stage now. Here's what we're going to do this time. So we're going to take our old liquid fuel engine and put a big rocket on the bottom of this, but we're also going to take a few radial decouplers, add on our new solid fuel boosters, because these things are going to get us some serious airtime. I believe we also, we did unlock nose cones last time. Cool. But we don't have struts yet. I hope that'll be okay. I don't feel like the rocket is really all that big, but it's possible that the thing might not be so stable. But oh well, it'll have to do. If something goes wrong, I have to own up to it, right? Okay, so this is going to be Hermes 2, since this is the second rocket in the Hermes program. Let's see. I think we're all good here, actually. Just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I'm really bad at missing something that was really important and having to go back and do it again. But this time I can't, so we're gonna just take some great care in not messing up. Okay, and we will see you on the launch pad. Alright, here we are at the launch pad. We're getting ready to set off. So first, since we have a new science instrument, we can use that one right away here on the launch pad since we don't have science for it from this location. Let's see, and it's 2.4 science. Excellent. It's going to get us quite far. Let's see. I will actually have him take that data out since it's so easily accessible from the ladder there. Let's see. Now, we're gonna tone down the liquid fuel engine real quick. This one right here on the lower stage so that we don't burn all of it up immediately. This should actually go fairly far, so we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, well, takeoff is not so exuberant as in the last two launches, but it'll be okay. This looks fine to me. I'm gonna up the power just a little bit, so because it looks like it's kind of fallen over just a tiny bit. I'd really like it to not do that. That sounds like a good thing for me. Yeah, it is. It is leaning ever so slightly. You'll see that the nav ball is not exactly centered on straight up, but that might honestly be because of how fast it's going and having to really penetrate the atmosphere. But oh no. Ooh. I don't like this. I mean, I suppose as long as we're getting altitude at the moment, it's okay, but this is not ideal. This is far from ideal. We can actually go ahead and grab another one of these. If I can click one. Oh my god. This is. Please. Let me click. Stop spinning! There it is. Now I have to click this thing. There we go. Cool. Another 5.5 science. And cool. And those, we can decouple those now and get ourselves not any less control. Excellent. Okay, come on. Give me control. It's not that hard. Come on. Oh, no. Okay. Just keep spinning. Spinning. Now this will get better when we have stuff like struts and reaction gear units and so on and so forth. But for right now, this is what we got, and it looks like we've been destined to make an orbit in this direction, since a equatorial orbit is not going to happen. Thank you, physics. But it looks like this is okay now. We're alright. It's far from ideal still, but it'll hopefully be okay. So we're about to hit the upper atmosphere once we get to about 36,000 or so. And once we do that, we can take a little bit more science, but we're really waiting to get up to space to get the science going. So let's see. Are we suborbital yet? No, not quite. Okay, let's see if we can get this going here. We're in the upper atmosphere, so the atmospheric effects are not nearly as nearly as bad. Oh, and there goes that one. So now we're on our smaller stage. Hopefully it'll be enough. I'm not thinking this one's going to be enough, guys. I don't think we're going to get into an orbit this time. But it is a start. It is a bigger rocket. It is no, hello. It is a bigger rocket. It is the next step. There's got to be a logical progression, but we will get there. I promise. So we're still gonna try. It might actually not be out of the realm of possibility to get an orbit here. My question is whether we'll be able to get back down. Now, for me, orbits usually occur around 1900 to 2000 meters per second, and we've already exhausted over half our fuel. We're not getting there. Not this time. But we will probably get to a new biome. And that'll still be good because we can still do more science from there. Well, we're actually fairly close. I mean, We're not all that far off of an orbit, but we're not gonna get there this time. Sad face. Oh well, we can still do some science from up here because there's still so much to be done. Let's see. Temperature report from outer space. Can I get any more science out of these guys? 2.3? What about this? Just 5. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to it because it's not really worth it at the moment for that kind of thing. But I am going to decouple that so that we can just have our little condensed pod here, which I love so much. It's so what's the word? Maneuverable. That's it. Maneuverable as well, just on its own, because the pod here has these things called reaction wheels. It's listed here as torque, but essentially it's a reaction wheel. It stems from Newton's third law, where every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you spin a gear one way, it will spin whatever it's attached to the other way. And that's how things in space, satellites, command pods, really anything that's in space. Space telescopes is a good example. The Kepler Space Telescope is only staying in place right now because it has those reaction wheels to keep it focused on one thing. But anyway, they're really useful for turning stuff in space and making, without having to use any kind of really tiny rocket that's just obnoxious to make and use. And then you have to store the fuel on there, and the fuel's going to run out at some point. But when you're using reaction wheels, you can just use solar power to turn the gears. So it just makes it that much better. It's a really smart idea. Oh, okay, looks like we're back into the atmosphere now. And okay. So I will see you guys closer to the ground. Why do I feel like I'm not... Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and deploy parachutes now. It's like, why did it doesn't feel like I'm getting any closer to the ground, but yes, I look at the landscape over there, and I absolutely am. Cool. Now, next rocket that we make, I'm gonna try really hard. I'm gonna actually try hard this, and just if I have to make it stupidly big for the size of parts that we're able to have right now, then I guess I'll have to, because I really need to get into an orbit, because this needs to happen. Okay, there we go. We touched down 4 meters per second or so. I think that's okay. Okay, we got 11 just from him, so we're up to 34, and another 46 from the command pod. Excellent. So we're going to get to unlock one more tech bit here. And I know for sure, this one is going to help us out the most, just because we get struts. Struts just make everything much, much better. So we're going to go ahead and get struts. And next time we'll probably get... I'm not sure what we'll get next. Maybe the aviation? I'm not sure. I don't know if that'll really be helpful to us now. Maybe just the advanced rocketry would be helpful. That'll probably get us into a position where we can do a flyby of the Mun. That'll be interesting. Alright, and here we go. I'm just going to launch this straight away. Well, it's looking good so far, and we don't have nearly as much deviation from the center of the nav ball this time, so that's good. Oh, wait. Might be moving off just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, I can see it's angling towards the south just a tiny bit. That's alright. As long as we can get equatorial, I think we'll be okay. Okay, and those are gone. Oh, please don't. Come back. Okay, yeah. Seem to have good enough control over these at the moment, so that's good. Wow, we are going mega fast already. Goodness. Okay, well, we're not activating the liquid fuel engine for a little while. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, yeah, we're already like way into space. Excellent. That's a great start, and we're already in the upper atmosphere. That was a fantastic start. Should have done that the last time. So we're gonna get really high up. Actually, we're gonna get higher up than we've ever been. Come on. Oh man, we're running really low on fuel now, but we're so close. So close. Okay, there's our periapse. So we do technically have an orbit, but since that periapse is still inside the atmosphere, we're just going to lose all of our... Okay, there we go. That's an orbit. It looks kind of odd, but it's an orbit. We did it, guys. We did it! Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to thrust down so that... Okay, there's our periapse inside the atmosphere. Oh. No. Here's the problem with us doing this. If we do this, the planet is going to rotate enough to put us like here or so. Also, once we get inside the atmosphere, which is going to be, I don't know, probably about here. Well, no, it's probably actually going to be like here. Our orbit is going to shrink dramatically. So we don't want our orbit to go like inside the planet too much. So I'm just gonna touch this up just a tiny bit. We should be seeing that other continent show up here in just a second. That's going to be kind of cool to see. Oh, I think that's part of it, maybe. It's really cool since we're going so fast that we can just see the continents as a whole receding away from us. Ah, there we go. There's the continent that we're looking for. We might still make it to the desert. I'm not sure. Even if we don't, it's okay. I think we can still get some science from over here. Ooh, it's gonna be close. See, because this isn't receding all that much. Ooh, come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so even though we're going about 7 meters per second now, it'll be fine because we have those landing legs. Now, I was actually considering just walking Jebediah over there to take what little science he could just from himself, but that would take entirely too long, and there's not a lot of point to that. But we did it, guys. We made it into an orbit, and I think that's going to be enough for us here. I will see you all in the next video. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned on Friday for the new Civilization 5 video coming out. Tensions are very high and it's going to be very exciting. Also make sure to go check out the League of Legends video that I posted on Monday. Plenty of laughs there. I think it's a great video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any names for me that I can use for rockets or for programs or for satellites in the future, please be sending those in to me. I love to see them. I love to use them. Hope you guys have a good day. Thank y'all.